Welcome to a world where every nation has been released in Hearts of Iron 4, where once mighty global powers like Britain and France have now all but been fragmented. Chaos reigns, war is inevitable in this world. But today, we're going to rise above this madness, with our main mission being to become the global superpower, and by forming one of the greatest empires of all time, the Roman Empire. With us starting out as one of the weakest Italian fragmented states, Sardinia. With Sardinia having only a total population less than 1 million, having only one starting factory, and barely even making 7k manpower. How will we do in trying to form the greatest empire this world has ever seen? So let's get into it, why don't we? So I decided to kick it off with a bang, asking people in a poll, seeing what country I should play for my first nation in this release world, and it was overwhelmingly playing as Sardinia, forming Rome. And also at the end of this video, I'll be showing what country gets picked next in a creative, chaotic, and funny way, so stay tuned for that. But with this series, I've challenged myself to play as every nation that has some unique focus tree or unique formable nations like Sardinia, Piedmont here for Sardinia. So with that all being said, guys, let's get started with making Sardinia great. And I think the first thing that we're going to want to do is pick what ideology we want to go down as. And I know some might say, we'll go communist so you can get the Karl Marx picture and get 500 manpower weekly. But I think overall, I think for the long run, I want to get the recruitable population factor from the brown ideologies, because as we get through and get some of these nations here and get some formables, we'll be able to get that manpower real quick, honestly, I think. And also, since we're playing with the Discarding edition, there's some little characters here that will give us some pretty good bonuses here. Like these guys right here, they gave us 750 weekly manpower, or even this guy right here with 300. I think that's just a better thing to do. And with having just one civilian factory, there's really not much we can do about that. We'll just, I don't know, build a naval base, whatever. But we need to come up with a good game plan here, and you would think that maybe we should get our first formable nation, Sardinia, Piedmont. But they got too big of an army and they have a navy, so we're not going after them. So I think the best course of action here is to start early colonization, if you know what I mean. So I think for our first war that we're going to declare, it's going to be against Algeria. Because not only do they have good manpower over here, but they also have steel, which is good for us because we have barely enough just to get one military factory going. And from there, we could probably take on Tunisia and Morocco, and I think we should be set from there and start making our way over to Europe. So with us now having enough political power to declare war, let's justify the war and get this going with. I think first of all, we should probably get this just so we can get our manpower going right from the get-go. And I mean, look at this already. We already have almost 5k manpower. This is great. So now that we got nationalism focus, we can actually start building up our industry here and hopefully getting something for our guns. We have nothing. What the fuck? Our justification is done, but we still don't have any convoys, so we'll wait until that happens. Or doesn't it go away in like 10 days? And whatever, we'll just declare the war. Who cares? Alright, now that we finished the focus, we got convoys. Let's start with the naval invasions. And here we go, the first ever war. We are going to encircle this city. And there we go, the encirclement. And Iran has been taken. And now we can just kind of do a little walk in the park. They don't really have any divisions still, so we'll be fine. There we go. We have gotten them. But now we'll just puppet them. They don't have any factories or really anything, but we can take their steel, so we'll do that. And there we go. Our first puppet. But now onto our next country, Tunisia. And they just created the 5 National Guards, so we just got basically 3 divisions right there. And now we can put that on that Tunisia border. But also, guys, Spain moment. side note, I'm trying to get that referendum thing for the brown ideology, but it's not popping up, so I think I'm gonna have to do a little scuff thing about this. I'm gonna just change my ideology to brown ideology. Do that. And I think it's like, I don't know, like minus 100 pp. We'll just do that and we'll just call it a day from there. But now we're this. So now that we got some civilian factors, you can make our way over back here and do some of our political stuff again. So let's do that. All right, now that we got militarism, we want to expand. So now we will get the expansive policy. And America and Canada form an alliance. So I'm pretty sure this is going to be like the new allies of this world, or maybe this Treaty of Kiev or the Balkan on top. Why are there so many factions already? All right, so now that we got that, we'll just start doing whatever around the focus sheet. It won't really matter that much. I don't know what the hell is going on. The Empire of Japan joins the Asian Confederation, and the ZJ Klieg declared that's Norway. Are you telling me something? No. Wait, I don't know what that was about. Oh, okay. Yeah, I like the border war already. And our justification for Tunisia is done. So let's do it. So we'll launch our naval invasion, and we landed in Tunis. No big deal, honestly. And that's it. The war's over. Great job, everybody. And we'll just do the same thing. And there we go. And now we'll just go on to getting Rif and Morocco. They're a little split apart. I don't know what that even is, but we'll just get them both. So then we declared war in Rif, and we easily got in a naval invasion and swept them like nothing even happened. And there we go. They're done. All right, and now our last country, Morocco. Here we go. What the hell's going on here? Trying to declare war in Fiji? Trying to declare war in the Carolina? What the fuck? And I had no idea what was going on in the world. It was like a world war was happening without me somehow. But our justification is finally done on Morocco. And here we go. And with us landing a couple naval invasions on the Casablanca, we encircled the city, and then we moved out, heading towards the front line, and we got them and capitulated. And there we go. And just like that, we have our African colonies. So now that we are done with Africa, we can finally move into Europe, and I found the perfect little country to invade, Montenegro. As they have like one division and no navy, we can easily get a foothold into Europe and get one step closer to making Rome. The justification is finally done, and we're about to make landfall. Oh wait, they're actually guarding the port. Shit. Oh, but I got you there, didn't I? Oh man, you didn't see that one coming, did you? And here we go, right into the capital. Blam. That is hell. So after getting Montenegro, it's time to go on to Bosnia, which was a pretty quick war. They died within a couple seconds. And while declaring war in the next country, Croatia, for some reason Slovakia guaranteed them, but that didn't stop us. Voila, we did it again. And next was Slovenia, and they had like no army, so that was also a walk in the park. Alright, so now we've ran into our little problem here. Austria is at war with Lombardy, Venice, whatever, but they are also at war with Venice. So I'm wondering, what's the best outcome for me to get both Venice and Lombardy here? And I was thinking, since Venice has a high chance of losing to both of them, I was thinking that I'd first go after Venice, then I would claim their lands, and then go after Lombardy next, just so Austria wouldn't take any land away from me. And thinking that was the best plan, I decided to justify the war. Now that we've waited for a bit, we can finally declare war on Venice. And at this point, Venice lost their capital, so it was pretty easy to push in and kill them off. So I took all the lands that I captured in the war, and Lombardy got Venice. So we'll have to be seeing how we fight them during the war. Alright, so we're pushing through. Here we go, boys. And help from Austria definitely helped us surround Venice and capitulate Lombardy, Venice. And there we go. Now, to make it fair, I'm gonna take all of this, right? But I'll give Austria what they deserve, which was going after that. Just like that, there we go. And after taking over the land of Lombardy, I've decided to go after the Papal States, because it'd be pretty hard trying to go across this river and have no air support. So I think in the Papal States to open up that leverage here is gonna be better for us. And now that that is done, we could go to war. Yay! And already we're doing pretty good here. Just like that, a quick little encirclement there. Oh, and look at this. They're trying to naval invade my capital, but eat that, stupid. And just like that, we were walking on in. And bam, we did it, everybody. Kablam. We could get the navy, we could eat them up, and boom. So now that we got the Papal States, we might as well just go and unify Italy and get us on the first step of creating Rome. So I decided to go after Piedmont, as they would get us the first formidable of this video, Sardinia, Piedmont. So here we go again. And they were pretty resilient, but they couldn't stand our Sardinia forces any longer, and they folded. And we got Genoa, and the war is over. But now that we got Piedmont, we can do the first formidable of this series, Sardinia, Piedmont. And now we are known as the Sardinia Piedmont League. So now on to the next step. It was to form Italy. So we first went after Tuscany, with them following pretty quickly, with then us going to war with the Kingdom of Two Sicilies. And with us launching naval invasions onto the coastline, they had really nothing else to do but surrender. And now we were on to our last mainland Italian fragmented state, Naples. And with the justification done, it was time to get our Naples. And with them last standing to the death, we were able to get them eventually. And there it is. But before we unify Italy, I wanted to get Corsica, Albania, Malta, and finally Cyprus for us to form the Merchant Republic, which is another formidable to add on the list. With a new flag, look at that, known as the most serene Mediterranean Empire. And look at us, we're purple. And one last stop over to Greece to complete the Merchant Empire. Just like that, we took one town and they capitulated. Now there's only one more place to go, and that's Sicily. So let's get started on that. We have our last justification to unite Italy, and here we go. And they were putting up a good defense, as we couldn't invade them from the mainland, but with a couple naval invasions we were able to get them and take over Sicily. Holy shit, look how many divisions they have here, and they're dead. Okay. Well, that's good. And now we can form from what is the Mediterranean Empire now into the Kingdom of Italy. But there's something that I need to do. This game is becoming almost unplayable with the speed that it's going at. And there being 9 billion factions and everyone at war with each other, none of these wars are gonna ever end. So I'm going to decide to edit the map and merge all the countries together that are doing basically nothing and reset all the wars that are happening, so we have a nice clean fresh restart, as now I've formed Italy, and now every other country can form at least something equivalent to my stature, and we can resume the game. So we gone from this, and now it looks like this. So I hope now that the game can run better, and at least there's going to be less wasting time going to war with people just trying to form Rome. So let's get back into this. So now that we're looking back at the formidable nations, the main one being the Roman Empire, and it has a pretty big land area if I'm honest, but that's the whole point. But also we could form some other countries like this Leopardus Rome. I don't even know what the hell that is. Of course we could form Western Rome, the Kingdom of Heaven, and the Kingdom of God, and also the Roman Republic. So I think honestly our first thing that we're gonna do is just go to war with Libya. I mean, like, why not? You know what I'm saying? Take that land, let's go. And also a big thing to note is that we have the Italian focus tree now, so we can go and get whatever we want from this tree that will help us later down the line. We can get some war goals without having to worry about doing it manually. Now the justification is done. Our first war as Italy to form Rome has begun. And Libya didn't even stand a chance against us. We took Tripoli and then we invaded Benghazi, and that was that. And now we got Libya back. And I guess we might as well just go to Egypt, you know, continue this cycle. Oh, Hungary wants to join the... Wait a minute. They're inviting me to the Pact of Rome? That's my thing. What the hell no? What do you mean Pact of Rome? You're not even in the Rome. But now a justification on Egypt is done, so we'll just kill them now. And going into Egypt was like nothing. They just got navally invaded and they just died. And there we go, we did it. And from there we moved on to the Middle East, taking over Levant. But before we go into Syria, we got another formidable that we can do. The Kingdom Kingdom of God. And there we are, the 9th Crusade. So we'll add that to the list too. And now we'll move on to getting Syria. And they were terrible. They just didn't last at all. But then after that, we got Lebanon as well. And there they go. All right, so now that we got Lebanon, we're doing the focus where all roads lead to Rome. And that means that we're going to be going to war with everybody that borders us, including Serbia, Bulgaria, and France. So let's prepare for that. So we completed all roads lead to Rome. And now we have war goals on everybody that borders us. So let's just start out with the big boy over here, Mr. France. We'll see you later. Now, we are having trouble getting through France, but just a quick little naval invasion solved all of that problem. Quick update with France. They've taken a lot of my casualties, and I hate it. But, like, I realized that I need to get tanks, you know? I mean, I'm not doing something like this, but I have no idea how to make a tank division, so we'll think of something. And just like that, we got them. And after taking over France, we decided to go after Serbia, which fell pretty quickly, and then Bulgaria, which also fell pretty quickly. And our next plan, you would think it'd be to go to war with Spain over here, but no. The bigger problem is going to be UK further down the line, and I'm going to have to go to war with this Asian Confederacy thing, and for some reason Sudan's in it. I don't know why, but yep, it's just going to be better. Trust me. So let's get it going. And without having to build any ships and stealing every single one of our neighbors, we were able to navally invade England just like that, no problem. And from then on out, we just took over the whole country with no issues at all. And just like that, they're gone. And somehow Japan navally invaded North Africa. I don't know how, but after that, I decided to go after Spain and get another country for the Roman Empire. And my God, did they have so many divisions. Jeez. And they keep freaking last standing all over the place. They're freaking schmucks. And having Portugal join the war, it was a lot easier to get through the mountains and finally conquer Spain. Okay, so now that we've got new and improved tanks over here, we got a new tank division, so don't worry about the name. But what we'll do is, since we got out Spain, we'll get Gibraltar, then get Turkey. But I gotta first wipe out this freaking Japanese faction that's all over the place. So now what I'm gonna do is send some of my divisions over to Russia. So we launched the naval invasions and they were successful, and there was a lot of Japanese forces here, but we were able to fight them out and clear out the rest of the island, and they capitulated. And oh my God, we're finally done with that war. Alright, we finally did the peace deal, which took a bit, but I gave everybody back their lands that they took during the war. And I think it looks pretty accurate for what happened. I puppeted Japan. Russia took back whatever they did. I don't know what the hell they did here. Ukraine took Romania. Turkey had somehow made a naval invasion through Belgium and Turkey. I don't know. Portugal got their lands that they got from Spain. I just wanted this because just so I could finally get this little thing right here, the Roman ambitions. But before that, I want to form the Roman Republic. So here we go. Bam. Now we got it. But the main and final formula we have to get is getting the Roman Empire. And by doing that, we have to go to war with Turkey and get the coastline, but we're gonna have to go to war with the European Federation, so this is gonna be tough. So I decided to go back to Hungary and join their faction and work together to defeat the European Federation. So with that all being said, the justification is done and we declared war. Oh, there we go. That's the tank division that we needed. We're going into Istanbul like it's nothing, boys. Come on now, come on. Here we go. Get in there. There we go. Now we just got to make the straight crossing. Here we go. There we go. Perfect. And after having a lot of hard battles, making some naval invasions, we finally got a good portion of Turkey and we were able to form Rome. Can we finally do it? We got it. Yeah. Oh my God, look at it. We got it. We finally did it. We got Rome. Listen, I know it wasn't the formidable here that where you'd have to go and kill like everything like, and everybody, and I'm not in the mood for that. I got at least a Roman Empire going. Maybe when we play another country that has it formidable, I know like Spain, France, or somebody else has that, but you know what? I'm pretty happy for what I've gotten so far from this 1947. Probably my longest run for a video yet. It's the longest recording session I've had ever. But we do have to pick the next country to play as this is a new series that we're doing. And yes, I know some people go like, oh, A to Z, that's a classic. Well, everybody does A to Z. I'm not that type of guy to do that. And then some might say, well, do a wheel or something, do a random number generator. Like, what? Come on now, that's no fun. Like, there's already a mod for that, this stuff, whatever. John Parker even tried to do it. So I was wondering, what should I do? What would make this entertaining to pick a country? And one of my friends said a marble run. So let's go over and show you what it's all about. So we have every single country here that we have on the list that we've made, and we're going to be seeing who's going to be getting first out of all these countries to be playing in the next video as. And without anything else to say, we can just go right ahead and see who's going to win this race. They have all been released, and now they head towards this circle that will lead them down into the pit of the first obstacle. Here we go. I can't even read any of the names, but let's go down with them. Here we go with the first obstacle. It looks like a little rotation thing with the little holes here. And first, we have some people. We have Latvia, Dagestan, and Romania coming in. And also, many people are flying, going crazy. But countries like Bhutan are dead, as you can see on the right. But here we are with first place Newfoundland coming in. They're going through, getting stuck on some obstacles, just like Estonia second. Oh, but looks like they're taking a lead. Didn't hit that many. Oh, but they got stuck. Oh, but Palestine coming in. This might be a little controversial, but they're going in first. They take the lead massively. I mean, like, look at how far the second place Manchuria is compared to Palestine is. This is unbelievable. Palestine with the easy race here. Not even anybody is gonna stand in their way here, but they did get stuck on some obstacles here. But still, Manchuria is so far behind, it's not even close. But oh, Palestine almost falling out here. They go down the slide. Oh my god, they died. They fell off and died. Did you? Wow. So it looks like it's just Manchuria at first. No Palestine at all. Manchuria goes off into the funnel here. They looks like they had a little bit of a... Oh, what the fuck? Samoa coming out of nowhere. The Philippines coming in too. Wait, hold on. Albania. No way. Wait. No, but Turkey. I don't even know what country that is, but Turkey came in out of nowhere and took the lead and won. Wow, that was unbelievable. Actually, I don't know what country this was supposed to be, but they don't even have an A. And if I can try to freeze him and see who it was, I'll try to say they're in first, but by default, Turkey did win the race. And so just like that, that's who we're going to be playing as next. And just like that, everybody, we're back on the fragmented world. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. This took a long time to make, so I hope you guys enjoyed. He started at his little Sardinia and formed one of the greatest empires of all time, Rome. But yeah, guys, I'll be seeing you in the next video where I'll be playing some country that came in first potentially, or Turkey, who really came in first. But none other than that, guys, I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye! The Empire of Little Dixie. Okay, yep.